Okay, folks, I'm glad a lot of people watched that last video. It's conclusive. You want to make it even more conclusive? You want to see how evil our enemy is, just how sinister they are. Let me show you something. Watch this. We're going to go over part of folder number 2. There was so much data in that one folder that it got to the end and it wouldn't populate, so it began an entire new folder. We're going to go over a few images from that folder, but watch this. You want to see something just sick and twisted? Watch this. Okay, look at the definition of the word ready right here, ready. It's having of a person's face having a healthy red color. That's what ready means. By euphemism, bloody, it means rosy, red, pink. Okay, so rosy, red, okay, kind of reddish in color. That's what ready means. Okay, let's go to this let's go to the last video I did. I noticed there was a lot of great comments. The enemy can no longer argue with the data. They can't. They can come make hateful comments. They cannot mount an argument against it. Neither will they be able to. But here's a really great comment, because I know a lot of us are dealing with members of our own family. I know I am dealing with members of my own family that the betrayal is just so crazy, it's almost hard to imagine. It's like, what the hell's wrong with you guys? What is the matter with you? Even with my own dad and my brother and my sister, even the discourse out of their mouth is it's so whacked out. It's like, it's insane. Like, who told you you have any right to my house? What the hell is that all about? That's crazy. It's insane. It's delusional. Well, watch this. Patricia DeWeese, good comment. Jonathan, your patience is amazing. What I just cannot understand is why, when this is like so easy to see, why can't everyone see it? That is a great question. It's so easy to see. It's a joke. It's like a joke. It's so easy to see. Let me show you how easy to see it is. Then we'll get right back to this. Let me show you how easy this is to see. Okay. I'm going to read you the definition of the name Russell. The name Russell is a name given to a male. It originated from surname Russell, which in turn derives from Anglo-Norman Russell, Old French Russell. It means red-haired or red-skinned. So the name Russell means red-haired or red-skinned. It means the exact same thing as ruddy. So the name Russell equals red-haired, red-skinned. It means the exact same thing as ruddy. Well, let's go to the Bible. It says, and Elohim, a bunch of gods, angels, and magistrates, said, let us make man in our vain show. Phantom, image, illusion, resemblance, since a representative figure, especially an idol, because I love you in Christ, but I don't care what anyone says. The human host body is an idol, and everybody knows it. Just go check out through your grocery store. Just look it over at the magazines. It's an idol, okay? There's no doubt about it. And it's a vain show, and that's because what's really running the human host body that's the man behind the curtain. That's what's the real deal. What's really behind the cloak, that's what I'm showing you. Now watch this. So Elohim, God's angels and magistrates, said, let us make man in our vain show. Look at the word man. Look what it says. It says ruddy. See right there? That's the very first thing it says for man. And so I'm going to change the color to ruddy. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so let us make Adam. See Adam? It's the same word for Adam in Genesis 2. Let us make Adam, a human being, look, a human being, hypocrite, but it says ruddy right here, doesn't it? Let's look at the origin of the word. The origin of the word means to show blood in the face, that is flush, or to turn rosy, or to be made red or ruddy. So I'm just showing you that in Genesis 1, when Elohim, God's angels and magistrates, said, let us make man in our vain show. That's exactly what it says. I haven't changed one word. That's exactly what it says. And Elohim, right there. Gods of the supreme God, magistrates and angels, judges, said, let us, plural, make man, a human being hypocrite, ruddy in our own vain show. Right there. So I didn't change a thing. I just read you what the words actually mean. Now watch this. You want to see how bad you're being mocked? Want to see how bad it is? Let me show you how bad it is. Russell is a male name given, which means red-skinned or ruddy. So Russell, if you're named Russell, it means you're red-skinned or ruddy, just exactly what it says right there. Let me show you. A friend of mine sent this to me. Here's a little book you can read to your kids while you're putting them to sleep. See, Russell the sheep. Now, why is there a sperm with a frog hanging on it above an egg like it's fertilizing an egg? Now, if someone says that's not what it is, you're just blind. And it's just like that comment. It's like, well, wait a minute. How come it's so easy to see? I mean, why can't everyone see it? I can wrap my head around those who just have a low IQ and have problems intellectually understanding. But when you give the story and all these matching pictures and they still cannot see it, it is beyond my comprehension. Truly, I understand the basic concept of spiritual understanding, but I can't seem to really grasp why someone does not visually see what is so obvious. I have some very smart friends, yet they all tell me they cannot see what you're showing them. I see it clearly. They give every indication of being a Christian, yet they are angry at what you say and what you show. They say it isn't there. I know it's there. What is the anger about? Because we're exposing their hidden kingdom, what's really behind the veil. We're exposing. They can call themselves Christians all day long. I know a lot of channels that do Jonathan Kleck hate channels, and they say they're Christians. They're insane. It's delusional. You're delusional. You're doing hate videos, but you say you're a Christian. The law of love that sets you free is not hate. Woe to them who call good bad and bad good, right? So let's take a look. Why can't they see it? Let me show you why they can't see it. Here's why they can't see it. Jesus answered to them. Let me go back. Matthew 13. Here we go. They said, why do you speak to them in parables? And Jesus said, I speak to them in parables because they seen, see not. I'm going to enlarge this. There you go. Because they seen, see not. In hearing, they hear not. Neither do they understand. So here's the thing. Jesus told us that you were going to be able to show this stuff to people and they wouldn't be able to see it. It's obvious. This is like insane. It's like, that's a damn sperm. It's an egg. It's like, what's wrong with you? How come you can't see that? What's wrong? Because Jesus said they wouldn't be able to. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which said, by hearing you shall hear and shall not understand. Okay, seriously, how many times have I seen that? Like, over and over. And it's like, what are you kidding? You don't see the whole damn altar is a dead sheep? It's like my dad. I showed him the sheep, and he's like, you can say it's whatever you want. I'm like, no, I don't care if you're a psychiatrist or not. It's a damn dead sheep. That's what it is. It's a damn dead sheep. That's what it is. And he's like, no, well, you can make it out to be whatever you want. I'm an expert in human behavior, but I'm going to be delusional and give your house away that you paid for. It's like, that's crazy. It's nuts. And seeing you shall see and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes have closed. Let it at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and they should understand with their heart and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for your eyes see, and your ears, for they hear. Verily I tell you, Many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which you see and have not seen them, and to hear the things which you hear and have not heard them. So hear ye the parable of the sower. So this is the story of the seeds and the sowing of the seeds. And let me tell you something, just to get to see a seed sprout up is a miracle, because most never get it. Narrow is the path and hard is the way. Few there be that ever find it. Go look up the meaning of the word few. It means a puny amount. So not very many people see it. Let me show you. Watch this. Let me show you some stuff. So here is Russell the sheep. Okay, what does Russell mean? I told you. The name Russell means ruddy. Okay, what did they create in Genesis 1? Let us create man right there. Man, ruddy right there. So Russell the sheep, which is a kid's book, means ruddy, and it's a sheep. Wow, that's crazy. Let's look at this. So God created man in his own vain show. Look, so Elohim, God's angels, magistrates, created ruddy, that is human being hypocrite, in his own vain show, and the image, the vain show of Elohim created him male. It says a male, a man of animals, as being the most noteworthy sex, and female. Look at what female means. Female, right there, female, and then let's go walk it back. It means to puncture. You know, like when Kahinde Wiley sits there and he holds a spear tip, or when Obama does it, and when they all hold their little spear tip. I see it in commercials all the time. The person in the commercial will be standing there like that, doing that thing. That's what they're doing. To puncture, to designate liable. Do y'all know what the word liable means? If you're designated to be liable, like if you're in a car accident and you're liable, that means you're responsible for all the damages that are being caused from whatever it is that happened. You're liable. That's what liability insurance is all about. Okay, look what it means. Female, to curse, to pierce, to strike through. Why do you think they stuck Jesus with the spear at the very end after it was finished? They pierced his side. Where was the woman taken out of Adam? His side. Starting to make all kinds of sense, isn't it? Watch this. You want to see really crazy? Let's go back. Okay, so Russell, Ruddy, the sheep, he's got a sperm. And look, there's a frog hanging on the sperm. 3 unclean spirits like frogs leapt from the mouth of the beast, the dragon, and the false prophet. Isn't that fascinating? They just happen to have a frog hanging onto the sperm, a reptile attached to the sperm. Is that a female egg? It sure is. Wow, let's read about Russell, the poor little sheep. Let's read the children's book. Okay, so here's the back cover of Russell. By the way, thank you, Alyssa. Look, oh, he's upside down. Oh no, you're kidding. Well, oh, how weird. What a bizarre thing. That's like, give me a break. I'm so done with the enemy. Their little kingdom's over. It's over for them. So here we go. Sometimes Russell is just a little bit out of step with the rest of the flock. All the sheep are falling asleep except Russell. What's a sheep to do? Russell tries everything until at last he falls asleep. Good night, Russell. And look, he's upside down. And look at his legs. It's like a prison. He's been incarcerated. I mean, are you kidding? Okay, now back to the comment. How come, Jonathan, your patience is amazing. I don't know about that. What I cannot understand is why, when it is so easy to see, why can't everyone see it? I don't know, Patricia. It's the craziest thing in the world. But Jesus told us that they will see and see not, and hear not. Neither do they understand. By the way, in the book of Daniel, at the time of the end, the time of the female rival, we're told that None of the wicked will understand. So if you don't understand, ergo wicked. The wicked won't understand. They won't get it. That's what it says. If you don't believe me, let's go back and look at our Bible. Let me just shrink that down. Let's go to the Bible book list. We'll go to the book of Daniel right there. We'll go to the last chapter of Daniel. And it says, and at that time the great prince which standeth with the children of thy people, there shall be a time of trouble. I showed you that. It's female rival. Ever since there was a flight of locusts, nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that is written in the book of life, in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust shall awake, some to everlasting life, some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that are wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness, look at this, as the stars forever and ever. We better go look at that real quick because that's going to blow your mind. Daniel 12, the word stars, as the stars, look what it means in the sense of blazing, figuratively a prince. There it is. They shall shine as the stars forever and ever. But thou, Daniel, shut up the words of the book, even until the time and the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Hang on one second. It said in Daniel, you go your way, for the words are closed up and sealed until the time of the end. That's what this ministry was, to unroll the scroll. Jesus unrolled the scroll, and I'm delivering it, the unrolled scroll. That way you can understand what the Bible means exactly. It says, but the words of the scroll are sealed up until the time of the end. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, put to the test, like a goldsmith. But the wicked shall do wickedly, and look, none of the wicked shall understand. There it is. But the wicked shall do wickedly, but none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. There it is. So the reason they don't understand is because they're wicked. So the channels that make their Jonathan Kleck hate videos, I love you in Christ. God have mercy on you. I'm not going to do a mean video about you. You can do your own mean videos because that's not my nature. So anyway, they won't understand though, because ergo they're the wicked. That's why they don't understand. That's why they come against it with such hatred, vitriol. They hate you. Why? I'm just showing you a bunch of damn pictures. Lighten up, everybody. I'm showing you that a child's book is really wow, it's really a prison for a sheep. And when you look at the front cover of it, and they're mocking the sheep that have fallen asleep, arise as sleep or wake up from the dead. And when I simply draw on some very rudimentary lines in the whole thing, let's see what it says. Oh, gee, that's not a sperm, is it? No, that's not a female egg, is it? No. Come on. I think you're reading in too much into this. Really? Hey, has anybody seen, this just jumped in my head, so I'm going to run with it before I show you these other pictures. This is just kind of interesting. I saw this guy on YouTube, and he's really quite talented. I mean, I was like, wow, this guy's pretty good. He's got some really good songs. And his name's Puddles the Clown. There he is, Puddles the Clown. And he does some great remixes on songs. And I was like, wow, he's done some really amazing remakes of songs. But I noticed something very strange about Puddles.
This is CNN Breaking News.
And we do have breaking news right now. President Trump tweeting moments ago that
Yeah, CNN, we're complete liars. Okay, let's see. Let's watch Puddles for a sec. What's on Puddles' face? What is this right here on Puddles' face? I mean, why is Puddles dressed in all white? Are those sperm on Puddles' forehead? I mean, is that just weird? Why is his name Puddles? I went and looked at some other pictures. I went and watched some other videos of him. And oddly enough, every time he does a video, he has to do new makeup. He's got long moving tails. I'm like, those are sperm. Oh, Puddles. I get it. Sick. Yeah. Does he know it? I don't know. But either way, he's being used. He's a really talented guy, though. I mean, props to his talent. Doesn't mean I don't like Puddles, but he's just being used by the enemy as well. So here's Russell, Ruddy the sheep. It's a sperm with a frog hanging on the sperm. If that's not just perfect, then, you know, according to everything that's been shown to me, that is right in there. Good for you, enemy. Good job. You're doing great. But you're caught. That's the problem now. Now y'all are caught, and when you get caught comes your sentencing. Now, let me show you something really wild. As this folder overflowed, I was like, oh wow, we're going to do it real quick. There's the girl with her hand painted to be a demon. She's got honey all over her face because that is correct. The female host body was used to collect the honey. That's why the largest altar in the world, here is a dead sheep, and I'll slide an actual image of a sheep over it, and there it is. And then when you look at the same altar from above, all the angels that were all the angels going into that vortex right there, they turn to Puddles, like Puddles the clown. And it's all going down the side of this chair, and the reality is we looked at the chair, and the chair is a penis, so by simple deductive inference, if that chair is a penis and the puddles that are running down the side are semen. Yeah, they're semen. What's really crazy about that is if you go back to Genesis 1 and you look at the beginning of this thing, and it says, and the earth was without form, and the Spirit of God moved over the face, the part that turns of the water, and it says semen. Wow, I wonder what the odds are on that. See right there, semen? Wow, that's kind of crazy. And the whole altar seems to have semen running down it, and it's a bunch of angels being sucked into a vortex that represents the flesh. And the whole altar of St. Peter, when you turn it over, turns into a female reproductive system, and it's absolutely perfect. Weird. Oh my gosh, look at the whole altar when you stand back from it. The whole thing is a big bug. Here's a big bug. Let me reduce it in size. There you go. My goodness, the entire altar is a big damn bug. Well, let's take the altar and slide it over on the bug. There we go. Let's take the bug and slide it over on the altar. There you go. It's identical. If you're going to build something to look like a bug, you did one damn good job. What's really crazy about that is you have this seat that's called the throne of St. Peter going into the mouth of the bug, and I colored it purple, and it's a penis. We've already established that. So the bug is harvesting whatever comes out of the penis. Oh, we know there's a race of locusts in the pit. I wonder where they get all their food from. Huh, that's weird. They got to eat something, don't they? Huh, where does your soul go when you die? Ever think about it? Well, to the pit. Huh, what's down in the pit? They had a king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit. Oh, Apollyon. So now we have an altar that's a big bug. There you go. And if you don't believe it, we'll just slide the altar right on top of the big bug. Oh, it's a perfect match. So here we go. Let's zoom out a little more. Oh my gosh. And it becomes even more of a big bug. There's the eye, there's the eye, there's the mouth. And look what's in the throat, deep in the mouth of the big bug that looks just like Hopper from A Bug's Life. Now I'm going to slide it down and crop it a little bit. And I'll go like that. So there you go. There's your big giant ass bug. There's a big bug. The whole thing's a big bug. That's crazy. But wait a minute. Don't those guys worship the virgin and they worship the female reproductive system? Why would you do that? Well, because that's where your energy comes from. It's starting to be blatantly obvious at this point. That's why I'm talking so fast. What's in the mouth of the big bug? Oh, it's a dead sheep with, look, a penis that turns gold when the light comes in. And look what's in there, the vortex, the female vagina. It turns golden when the light comes in. What a perfect representation of Lucifer, saying he's a light bearer, making an altar to himself, which is a glorification of what he did. Oh, what? A bunch of angels. Yeah, that followed him and fell. And guess what they're being turned into? Host bodies. And guess what happens to a host body when you die without being converted? That's right. You go to be food for, oh, a big bug, which is the whole damn altar. Wow, that's convenient. That's really neat. They did a really good job doing it, didn't they? Very impressive. Got to give it to them. What's really impressive is it plays out all over the place now, and you can see the very same agenda playing out all over the place. All you have to do is open your eyes and look around. Remember, many prophets and kings have desired to see what you can see, but could not see it. Blessed are your eyes, for your eyes see. Wow, there's the corner of a building here in San Antonio where I used to take my deer when I used to shoot a deer and go get it. I'd dress it out. I'd go over there, tell them what to make out of it, sausage, whatever, and then go over there and put it in a locker. And the very place where the hunters go, I'm going to say it again, where the hunters go, you go drop off your dead carcass, and you can go over there and pick up your food when you want. And here's an image of the Virgin. This is another one. Wow. Okay, well, there's the Virgin. She's a skull because she's the god of death. And then look right underneath her. There's a couple skulls. All I did was color them in blue. And when you start coloring them in and you start bringing out the actual images that are really hidden there, oh, wow. Why is it underneath the Virgin? It's, again, a big bug. Why is the mouth of the bug a vagina? Oh, that's weird. That's what it is in the largest church in the world. The mouth of the bug is a vagina in the St. Peter's altar. Oh my gosh, we're starting to come up with a common denominator, and it's starting to happen every single time we do these images of the Virgin. What's up with that? Well, let's take a look at that big bug again. There it is right here. What's running down the side of the altar right there? Well, we established it looks like honey, but because that's a penis, by simple inference, honey doesn't come out of a penis, semen does. But for this altar's sake, it's obviously they're harvesting the semen. Oh my gosh, because it's like honey to them. Well, here I've taken an image of an ant that's called a honeypot ant that harvests honeydew off ants. That's how it gets its energy. It creates a system where he takes care of the aphids, and then in return the ant gets the honeydew. Does that start to look very familiar now? So here's a big green bug, and I've taken the ant and I've superimposed it. I'm going to lower him down to where his mandibles or where his mandibles are, and oh my gosh, it's the same exact thing going on, isn't it? And guess who the aphids are? That's right. Go look in the mirror. You're the aphids. There you go, and you're being harvested. That's where the life essence comes from. Let's take a look at that building one more time. Really interesting. Oh my goodness. Look, it's the same thing. Oh my gosh. How did we match that? That's unbelievable. We just matched up a building. We matched up a building to exactly what's under the Virgin. There's a bug right under the Virgin, and all we have to do is take that image and we can match that image to the building that's below it. Again, there it is in its entirety. I've augmented nothing. I've done nothing to it except color it in for your perception. Wow, Drew Barrymore, I love the dress. What's with the big mandibles right on your crotch? Drew, wow, it looks like the part that, is over your breast. It has a bunch of lines, and those lines, they resemble something I saw when I was in biology class, and I had to learn about compound eyes. They're called ommatidia. I wonder if that's some kind of weird joke because they're, on a part that, people would use a word that would kind of match that. So right there and right there are eyes of a bug, and coming down, look, right on your crotch, there's a big set of mandibles. My goodness. And look at the antennas going up to your shoulder. Wow, what a lovely dress. And look at the wings coming down. Look at the wings. Nice. Those are beautiful. You know what's really even crazier? That matches a building. All I got to do is size it a little bit. My goodness. Now, Drew, you got the same thing on your dress as a building in San Antonio, don't you? I wonder what the odds of that are. You know what's really even crazier? Right here is the altar of St. Stephen's. It's actually the largest organ in the world. It's St. Stephen's. And then if I stretch that out a little bit, what? Are you kidding me? The same bug face is on it? Yes, it is the same bug face. I don't know if any of you guys saw the movie called Mimic, but it's the exact same thing as a movie called Mimic. Yeah, and here's that girl that's got a really scary demon face over her, demon face drawn on the back of her hand, concealing her identity because she's a honey harvester. Really cool. And here's another picture of a bug, and I'm going to take this one. This is from a Grateful Dead poster, and I'm going to slide it right up there. Oh my gosh, it's the same. How about that? So a Grateful Dead poster, we slide it up there, and it's the same as a building in San Antonio. Weird. I used to hang out with a lot of strippers. Unfortunately, that was that was just part of my lifestyle. I knew a lot of girls that were strippers, and they did a lot of modeling for my sunglass company. So those are the people I hung out with. And you know what? Because of that, that's how the Lord allowed me to understand so much of this, because it seemed to me back then that strippers were more honest than a lot of the girls I dated that I went to parties and I wore tuxedos to, because I happen to have entrance into that class of people. I used to go to deb parties and stuff like that. I had my own Calvin Klein tuxedo. I think it's $800. Yeah, and I used to go to those parties. I used to think these people are complete hypocrites. And then I was like, you know what? Strippers are more honest than these people. And I hung out with strippers. Yeah. And so anyway, but I learned something. Look at the rudimentary image under Dream Girls right there. There it is. Oh, is that a bug? Is that an eye? Is that an eye? Is that a proboscis? Oh my gosh, it sure is. Wait a minute. We have a common denominator. We have a bug. We have a bug. We have bugs everywhere. Let's just slide down a little bit. Oh my goodness, look at that. So Dream Girls, there you go. Worship the Virgin. Very interesting. Well, let's take a look at this. Here's a picture I had of a girl she's got her face coming off, but if you just squint your eyes a little bit, you'll see that's what's coming out from behind the face is really a praying mantis, and the arms of the praying mantis make antennas on an even more sinister face, where this circle right here becomes the eye. This is the open mouth, and there are the bottom jaw and the teeth. And that says, I wrote decoy because that's exactly what it is. Now let's take this image of the building right here and slide it right over, or this image, I'm sorry, of the Virgin, and slide it right over on the building. Oh my gosh, it's identical. You know what? Let's stretch that one out, and let's slide the building over there, and let's size it a little bit. Oh my goodness, what the hell is going on here? What's happening? Oh my gosh, here's an image of a dead sheep. It's funny, the name of the group that produced that t-shirt is called Affliction. See, it says Affliction right across the top, and it's got a dead sheep. There's the eye, there's the eye. Let me enlarge it for you. It won't enlarge much. But there you go. It's a dead sheep. There's the eye, there's the eye, there's the nostril. There's the tongue sticking out. Here's the eyebrow, and here's the ear on the arms of the shirt. It's an Affliction t-shirt. Whoa, you know what's really crazy about that? If you go to Daniel 12 again, you go back to Daniel 12, and you take a little look at the word time of the female rival, you'll see that time of female rival also means the word affliction. Oh my gosh. Let's see about that real quick. Let's just click on it. Time of trouble. Oh my gosh. Look, it sure does. It means affliction, doesn't it? I'll just click that. Oh, it does. Female rival, affliction, tribulation. So the Great Tribulation is the time of the female rival. Absolutely correct. Here's a girl with a really nifty tattoo on her chest. I mean, what? Seriously, what girl wouldn't want a giant freaking praying mantis coming out of your chest? I mean, everybody should want one of those. Those are so cool. I mean, hey, there it is. But you know what? That praying mantis is being birthed right on the face of, you guessed it, a dead sheep like poor little Russell. Let's size it a little. There you go. So now, oh wow, so the praying mantis is coming right out of the center part right here of a dead sheep. And again, here is a screenshot of the word time of female rival. Here's a really interesting yin-yang thing. God and goddess. Perfect. You guys have seen the hieroglyph of Akhenaten and Nefertiti, haven't you? Well, let me show you something really cool. This is amazing. Y'all remember that at the Vatican, there's this really great plaque on the wall that says list of popes. So if you're a pope and you're one of the guy that's a vicar of Christ and you're a replacement of Christ, you get your name on a super duper cool plaque called the list of popes. And on the bottom of it is a really cool trophy that shows some guy that looks like he's the devil in a giant slave collar, and he's got serpents coming down to his head. It's really quite nifty. I drew in all the lines. The Lord told me to. And you know what? I noticed something. When you turn the whole thing upside down, it becomes a locust coming out of the pit, because the Bible says those who try and hide their plans, they turn everything upside down. And so when a human is in a slave collar, all you got to do is turn it upside down and look. It becomes a locust coming out of the pit. But you know what? I noticed something really amazing the other day. I couldn't help it. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I've seen that before. And they have skateboards coming out from Zoomies, and I get those ads in the mail because my son bought a skateboard from Zoomies. So therefore, I get their advertisements in the mail. And you know what? They're doing a new round of skateboards that have the Virgin on them. Let's click on it and take a look at one. And they're really using the theme from a movie called Mars Attacks. It was really funny in the movie Mars Attacks. They used the female as bait, and they said, we come in peace. But they didn't really come in peace. They came to kill everybody. They didn't come in peace. They came to destroy everyone. So here's Mars Attacks, and he's dressed up just like the Virgin, but let's look underneath him. What is that? Oh my gosh, that's a locust coming out of the pit. Do you know where the list of popes actually is? It's in the Vatican. You know who they worship? The Virgin. Yeah. So they pray to the Virgin. You're not supposed to pray to anyone except the Lord God. There's no way to the Father except through the Son. So here we have an image of the AKA Virgin, which is really some sinister, evil, malevolent being. And coming out from under him, look at the locust from the pit. Oh my gosh. Do you know that is absolutely 100% identical to the largest list in the Vatican? It's called the list of popes. There you go. I'm going to show you a big image of it. There it is. And isn't that interesting? It's got two pillars on each side. Isn't that interesting? There's two fetuses in the fetal position here and here with umbilical cords going to the side of this guy's heads. What a lovely monument to get to be a pope. Yeah, you probably want to be on that, don't you? Yeah, really nice. Anyway, so there's a list of popes. When you turn it upside down, it becomes a locust coming out of the pit. And the locust that's coming out of the pit happens to have claws, because those things that were snake turn into claws. So let's take one of these images that's from the skateboards, and let's just slide. Oh, wow, look at that. It's the same damn thing, isn't it? Well, here's a red skateboard that had a red locust under it, and here's a multicolored skateboard that had a blue locust under it. But the thing is, they're both coming out from under the Virgin. I'll say it again. The thing they have in common is they're both coming out from under the Virgin. The night I got saved, I remember telling everybody that I met an angel, and he told me, pray with me, my brother. So apparently I was the brother of an angel. And he stepped alongside, he said, pray with me, my brother. And we prayed our Father. I prayed to the sky with an angel. We prayed to the Lord God. We prayed our Father. Water and light came down on me. I was beamed with light. I was filled with the Holy Spirit. I was anointed. And there was so much light coming out of my body. I was like, what the hell is going on? And he looks at me and says, you say Hail Mary. And I said, as I said those words, I felt life and light leaving my body. Whoa! Isn't that wild? 100% nylon. Turn it upside down. 100% no line. And so when you turn the Virgin upside down, it just happens to be a dead sheep in a rainbow. My testimony must not be true, like some of these people on YouTube are saying. There's that largest altar in the world again. You know what? I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do something that's going to make this even easier to see, because I want you guys to be able to see it without anything getting in the way. And then I'm going to slide back down here, and it's going to make it a lot easier. We're not going to get a bunch of words in our way. And here we go. And I will go all the way down to the very bottom. And then I will go to the overflow folder, and I will go back to where we were, and we'll go right here. And here's a really, really nifty image right here. I think everybody should see this. There's that big altar right there. And if you really want to just cut to the chase, what the hell is that? That is a big damn bug. And what it's doing is it's harvesting what's coming out of that throne, which is honey, aka semen. So it's a big bug and it's sucking up semen. That's all there is to it. Here's a picture of a bug. There's a honey. This is one of those honeypot ants that collects the honeydew off its, I was going to say its symbiotic relationship. It's not really that symbiotic, because these guys become slaves to this guy. So we'll take this over here, and there's the system right there. Here's an enlargement. Dun, 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 dun. There's what's going on. Right there. You got a big damn bug, and the honey to that bug happens to be human semen. And what's really creepy and really strange is there's girls that are manifesting the exact same thing as the largest altar in the world, and they're getting the identical tattoo as the largest altar in the world in St. Peter's in the Vatican, and they're putting it right above their vagina, which would suggest this, wouldn't it? It would completely suggest this, wouldn't it? It would suggest they are the identical thing as the largest altar in the world. There it is. And why would you have that put on that part of your body unless it's true? That's why. And now let's just simply take this, and there it is. There it is. There it is. There's a system. Take this and put it right here where it belongs, and there's the system. The system has been fully exposed. There's a girl with a really neat tattoo of a locust on her arm, and it says bad girl. And if you look closely and you pay attention, you'll see other faces that are simply hidden on the back of the locust. Bad girl, yeah, you know why they're bad girls? Because they are agents used to take men down, because men are on the diet. Men are the food source. So let's look at Drew's dress one more time. Let's take a big picture of an ant, like right here. Let's size it. Oh my gosh, I wonder what the odds are that it's identical to Drew Barrymore's dress. Really neat. Here's a really great picture of an ant coming out of a girl's eye. It won some award at some picture thing. Here's an image of the Grateful Dead. I'll just take it from where it came from. It came from right down here, and it just happens to be a bug, again, with mandibles, and this represents the female reproductive system right here. That's the same thing again. Let's look at an image of the virgin on this guy's back. It's probably some kind of a gangbanger, but that's cool. I don't have anything against that. I used to hang out with guys like that. Anyway, there you go. So he's got a big image of a tattoo of the virgin on his back, but Isaiah said, those who try and hide their plans from the Lord are doomed. They carry out their schemes in secret, think no one will see them or know what they're doing. They turn everything upside down, 100% nylon. Turn it upside down, Jonathan, no line. When you turn it upside down, oh my God, it becomes a big damn bug. And right in the middle of the bug is a vagina. That's really creepy. Here's another image of the virgin right here, and underneath the virgin, those skulls turn into the eyes of a bug, and the mouth of the bug turns into a female vagina. Let's just take that and match it up. What the hell? It's identical. That is really some crazy stuff, isn't it? Okay, so here's a really neat band called Gravity. A friend of mine sent this to me today, and I was like, oh, wow, there you go. So I took a look. I went online and I said, hey, I'll do Google Images. Gravity. Wow, are those a bunch of stars falling? What is this? A praying mantis with the world in its hand? You know what? That's very perfectly right. That is correct. There's a large bug that holds the world in its grip, and it's literally milking the world is what it's doing. Here's a really obvious thing that I see all the time. Look at the letter G-R-A and V. This A doesn't have a bar across it, so it becomes an upside down V. The right side up, upside down paradigm. Once again, here it is, gravity again. Right side up, upside down paradigm. I noticed one of these people that likes to do videos against me, he put a right side up, upside down question mark after one of his titles. I know who he is and what he is. Hi, I'm Kelly. Y'all remember the Bud Light commercial, don't you? Hi, I'm Kelly. Female warrior. Hey, if I give you this, are you up for whatever happens? Like you go into a dualistic system. Oh, by the way, I'm going to wink at you while I offer you a Bud Light. Poor Ian, gift from God, has no idea what he's getting into because everybody around him is a freaking actor. Here's what happened. Everybody became exiles. That's why they call the Statue of Liberty the mother of exiles. And there she is watching the sun rise every day, which is a representation of Helios, the chariot, the personification of the sun, going across the horizon. And she watches her husband rise every morning because she knows one day he's going to rise up out of the bed. Yeah, they had a king over them named Apollyon. Oh, wow. That's why she's called the mother of exiles, because she's the mother of all the baby locusts in the pit. Oh, I get it. Wow, this is getting painfully obvious. Isn't it? That's why I can say it so fast, is because it's a joke now, and I'm so done with them. And then they'll mock little kids like, hi, Russell the sheep. Okay, did I make my point? Did I make my point? How come lots of people just say it's not there? Let's read that one more time. Your patience is amazing. I don't know about that. I work on it. What I just cannot understand is why, when this is so easy to see, why can't everyone see it? I can wrap my head around those who just have a low IQ. Actually, I think they have a better chance, Patricia, and have problems intellectually understanding. But when you give the story and all these matching pictures and they still cannot see it, it is beyond my comprehension. Used to be beyond mine too. Not anymore. Now it's like the most obvious thing in the world. They won't see it. They can't see it because they're part of it. That's why they can't see it, because they're part of it. You have to be removed from it to be able to see it. I understand the basic concept of spiritual understanding, but I can't seem to really grasp why someone who does not visually see what is so obvious. I'll tell you why, because we were told in Matthew 13, the story of the wheat and the weeds, that's how it would be. So let's go look at Matthew 13 one more time. Matthew 13. And there we go. Therefore I speak to them in parables, because seeing they see not, hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. That's why. I have some very smart friends. Let me tell you something. Those who consider themselves wise will be utter fools. That's what the Bible says. Okay, also the Bible says in Isaiah 29, the wisdom of their wise men shall perish. The understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. Woe unto them who go to great depths to hide their plans from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us? Who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be regarded as the work of the Lord God. How's it feel down to the mat, Satan? How do you feel now? I see it clearly. Good. Then you've been set free of it. They give every indication of being a Christian, yet they get angry when you say and at what you say and what you show. They get angry because it's their conviction. We are the smell of death, imminent death to those who are perishing. They say it isn't there. Jesus said, I've come to judge the world and to give sight to the blind and show those who think they see that they are blind. John chapter 9. And the Jews said, hey, are you saying that we're blind? And Jesus said, if you're really blind, you wouldn't be guilty. But your guilt remains because you claim you can see. Enjoy your hate channels. There you go, guys. Time's coming. I know it is there. What is the anger all about? Because they're guilty. Okay. That was fun. Ah! So obvious now, right? It's like a joke. Now the people that, want to try and come against it, good luck. Delusional. All right, they're part of the strong delusion. The Bible says because they had pleasure in unrighteousness. Doing hate channels is not righteousness. It's unrighteousness. God will send them strong delusion so that they believe a lie. There we go. Okay, got that out. So, just wanted to make a point by using a whole different demeanor, kind of making fun of it, just like, really? Really? So you're standing on a skateboard that's got the sigil of Lucifer. And underneath of it, underneath the skateboard, there's the virgin with the locust coming out. Give me a break. Okay, you're busted. You're all going down. All of you. All of you. God have mercy on you. I'm not mad at you. I'm just disgusted with it all. I've had enough. It's like, whatever. It's like, God have mercy on you guys. You can sit there and fight all day long, all you want. Say all the mean crap you want. Doesn't change the truth, does it? The truth remains the same. No matter what anger and hatred and vitriol comes out of these people, it doesn't change the truth. The truth is the truth. You'll know the truth, and the truth will set you eleuthero. Wasn't an accident. Gotcha.